For those of you who didn't know, which I wouldn't blame you, the marketing for this show sucks. A new adult animated series called Little Demon premiered on August 25th, and it's about a 13-year-old girl who finds out her father is Satan and starts to awaken her powers as the Antichrist. That is a pretty cool concept. And to make things better, Satan is voiced by Danny Devito and the main character is voiced by his real-life daughter, Lucy Devito. This all seems great, the casting is gimmicky but intriguing, the concept is unique, and the animation is passable. I was pretty excited for the show since the animation industry is on a downward spiral right now, and it didn't seem like just another Rick and Morty clone. And then I watched the actual show. If you plan on watching the show, don't worry, I won't go over any heavy spoilers. At the moment, there's only 2 episodes, and I would like to give the show a full, fair, spoiler-filled review down the road when the first season is finished. But for those of you who are interested in the show, but don't know if it's worth your time, let me tell you this. Little Demon is the incarnation of juvenile writing, and in general just poor quality overall. All the characters do not act like real people, which I would be okay with if the characters were actually likable, but outside of Dan DeVito's interpretation of Satan, everyone else in the show is insufferable. Chrissy is your typical moody teenager who doesn't really have any character elements other than not having any friends, which I hate to break to you, but that's not exactly a unique or interesting quality. Laura is the overprotective mother with a chip on her shoulder who is strong, confident, and fearless, which isn't what I would call all that unique these days. And Bennigan is... I don't know what Bennigan is, but I hate it. Then there is the pacing. The show's pilot does not give you any time to learn anything meaningful about the characters, so by the time all the bad plot stuff happens, you're still in that awkward phase where you're trying to connect to the characters, but there isn't enough time for that. But the true problem is, this is a consistent thing across the entirety of the 2 episodes. So much happens in each episode so quickly that there is no room to explore or examine the situation at hand. Stuff in the show just kind of happens and then the show moves on. There's no build-up or time to breathe between sequences, which just makes your brain tired. And of course, the biggest problem with the show is the comedy, which yes, this show is a comedy because everything has to be a comedy now. So what is bad about the comedy, you may wonder? Is it simply just not funny? Which, I mean, yeah, but it's a lot worse than that. There's really no way to put this other than saying the comedy feels like it was written by a 13-year-old. The show is nearly all just sex jokes accompanied by ostentatious amounts of gross-out humor. I might be kind of over-exaggerating, but I truly have no desire whatsoever to go back and rewatch the episodes one more time because of how unenjoyable it was. And if I have only seen the episodes once, and I can only remember the humor as juvenile, then evidently the humor wasn't that good. I'm surprised that this show was even deemed passable by Fox, but maybe they were like me where they read a cool concept and had hope for something new and refreshing to the adult animation world. I could only imagine that they gave the show a green light after being spellbound by the concept and cast, but never came back to do any quality assurance. There is still a chance, though, for the show to get better. According to our reliable source, that is the Wikipedia, the 4th, 5th, and 6th episodes are going to have different writers, so I guess I can stay optimistic about that. But if this show does stay the same quality it did in its first 2 episodes, then I can guarantee that this show will just be another in a long line of shows that get 1 season, get canceled, and rot away in irrelevance and obscurity.
Yeah, I'm fine.
What's going on? You feeling fussy?
What?
You little rosebud's tender? Tell me.
Stop it! Ew!
Let
Mom!
me feel.
Get
Let
off
me feel
of
then.
me!
Hey,
Goodbye.
does this hurt?